This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
The Bark and Swagger family of listeners loves fashion, and pet fashion is part of that. Whether it's dressing up your dog, cat, or even a bearded dragon, which I've seen, finding great places to shop for your pets is always a treat. So today, I'm really pleased to highlight an online pet fashion destination that was a pioneer in the space back in 2007. This brand appeared in magazines like Time and InStyle and on TV shows like Today and Good Morning America. Now, it's not only still going strong with its top pet fashion designers and labels for pets, as well as doing dog care and grooming, but it's also still innovating. I'm talking about Posh Puppy Boutique. Many of you may have heard of it. If you haven't, you'll be happy you did. And today we have the founder and owner of Posh Puppy, Jennifer Kirk, with us to tell us what's new and how to get it. First, we're going to take a short break from our sponsor, but don't go away. You're listening to Bark and Swagger on Pet Life Radio. I'm Jody Teisch, your host. So grab that favorite beverage, get comfortable, and we'll be right back.
How many of you have pets? My hand's raised. Now think about how lucky you are to have such a sweet little pet in your life, and that pet is lucky to have you too. But unfortunately, there are countless pets out there that don't have a home to call their own. However, Bob's from Skechers is trying to change that. So we developed Bob's for dogs and cats to help pets in need. With every purchase of adorable Bob's footwear or fun, stylish apparel, or even the cutest Bob's pet accessories, Skechers makes a donation to Petco Love to help save shelter pets. And with your help, we've already saved the lives of over 1 million pets and raised over $7 million. So while you're getting style and comfort with features like Skechers' famous memory foam cushioning, you're also helping to save an adorable pet in need and helping another lucky owner be connected with a future best friend and companion, because happiness is having a loving pet by your side. Find Bob's at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, select Petco locations, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to Bark and Swagger on Pet Life Radio. I'm Jody Teisch. Pet fashion is just plain fun. If your dog or cat likes or doesn't mind being dressed, it is a great way to express their personalities, match with them, and allow them to show their fashionable side. Jennifer Kirk, founder of Posh Puppy Boutique, is with us today to talk all about it. Welcome, Jennifer.
Hi, Jody. Thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure. I'm excited to talk because you and I have known each other for years and years. And while maybe some of my listeners know you, know Posh Puppy, and shop with you, some may not, and they should. So as an original online pet fashion destination, starting way back in 2007, tell us what inspired the brand all those years ago.
Well, what inspired me is I worked out in corporate America. My background is accounting. So I was an accountant for corporate America for many years. And just after burnout, I decided I need to do something else. We have 4 daughters. And we always had small pets like Chihuahuas. That was our first small pet. And we just saw our daughters dressing up the dogs like dolls. And that's kind of when it came to me, like, there's got to be more to this. Having the small dogs is like having a forever puppy with the kids. So they would drag them around and dress them up, and the dogs would run after them to get their, sweaters on. And I just kind of fell in love with that idea. And that's kind of where I took it from there. And I started dabbling online. My husband's background is IT technology. So he helped me get my first website going, and it kind of just took off from there.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, you were definitely onto something because a lot of people have followed in your footsteps.
Yes.
So back then, what designers that we might know now did you help give their start?
I think I have one designer that was my very first. It's kind of a middle of the line designer. It's economical, but great quality. And one of my favorites personally is Doggy Design. They actually used to be based in my area. Now they're back in North Carolina. It was always important for me to try as much as I could to get USA based designers. So that was a big one. But I do have some other ones like Wolf Link that is overseas. They're in Korea. It just varies. But those were my two big ones. And I still sell a lot of that today.
Got you. Now, Posh Puppy was in the movies. Tell us about the Disney deal.
Yeah, so Disney approached us about 10 years ago when they were filming Beverly Hills Chihuahua 2. The costume designer, who I'm actually still friends with, reached out and they needed costumes and outfits for the dogs. They don't make everything, so they came to us for some costumes for a fashion show they were doing in the movie and so forth. So we provided all that. We actually were able to come onto the set on Disney and just kind of see how it all came together. It was very cool. And all of our girls got to see that. And then Beverly Hills Chihuahua 3 came out. And they approached us again. And so then we were part of that. That went straight to DVD. And in return, Disney put I don't know if everyone remembers, but we used to get a DVD. We used to have the little inserts inside of the DVD.
Yeah.
They actually let us create a flyer to put in 9 million CDs for free.
Wow.
So that went out to everybody that bought the movie.
Yeah, that is huge. And how fun to be on set. And your daughters must have thought you were like a rock star to get them on set of Beverly Hills Chihuahua. So has Posh Puppy over the years participated in people or pet fashion shows outside of that movie?
We have. In the last 6 years, I got really involved in Vanderpump Pets with Lisa Vanderpump.
Yes.
She was a client of mine and she created her own pet line. And so I started a pretty good relationship with her. And then I actually helped them open the dog rescue center down in Southern California about 6 years ago. And I'm on the board of directors still to this day. So I'm actively involved in the fundraising and just the galas that they do and different events they put on just to bring awareness to it's basically for the humane treatment of dogs worldwide.
Yeah, I know, because I remember when Lisa started it, I had actually made something for Jiggy, a Couture by Sophie little velvet hot collar. It was like a little men's shirt collar with crystal clasp. And he wore it for Christmas. And that was around the same time that she was creating this, because I remember she became aware of the dog meat trade overseas. And it horrified her, and that started her on this journey. And she's been doing amazing work. On the executive board, tell people a little bit about what Vanderpump Dog is doing around the humane treatment of dogs worldwide. Just a quickie so people are aware in case they want to become involved or keep up on.
They're trying to create awareness worldwide. There's different cultures around the world. A lot of people think this is based out of China, where they have the dog meat festival. People think that that's their culture. They've been doing it for 20,000 years or however long. That's not true. They only started doing this about 15 to 20 years ago. And it was actually a food festival they had that someone decided to introduce this. And then it just kind of picked up from there. Obviously, you can't stop this from happening. And that's not what she's necessarily trying to do. She's trying to just create a humane environment for them. So they do have shelters overseas in different areas that they rescue the stray pets. People that are doing this to the animals are stealing people's pets. They're not just randomly, getting strays off the streets. I mean, there's dogs with personal collars on and so forth. So she goes in, and it is illegal in certain parts because of the rabies and just different diseases that these animals can carry because they're out in the wild. So she just brings awareness to that. And she, they rescue as many as they can. They don't bring them back to the United States. Some of the rescuers do in different organizations, but she doesn't, because we have enough rescues here that need to be rescued. So bringing them here isn't necessarily going to help. So they actually educate people in different countries to get them to rescue these animals themselves instead of bringing them back to the United States.
That's wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. Yeah, I am hoping, and it seems like the younger generation in China and Thailand and other places where the dog meat trade is prevalent don't want this anymore. They want their dogs as pets, as their babies. So I'm hoping that over time, this will all go away by popular demand. So it's wonderful, the work you're doing, and bless you being on the board of directors for it.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's talk more fashion. So you have a custom side of the business still?
Yeah, we do. We're custom designers and clothing and so forth.
Yeah, tell us what customers come to you for around that custom side.
I would say maybe 10%. I think it's kind of gone down over the years because there's so many, ready to wear fashion for dogs. I mean, it was such a niche over 15 years ago when I started this. So it's so easy just to purchase something off the rack. But we have a lot of people that come to us for weddings and just events where they want gowns or tuxedos. And a lot of that stuff is all handmade. It's, expensive. It's time consuming for our designers to make it. It just depends on what they have going on. But we do carry a lot of nice things that are just off the rack.
And much easier. Do you find that dogs are still being included in people's weddings as much as they were before COVID?
I do. I haven't seen a downtick on that at all. I think it's about the same, honestly.
Awesome. All right. We are going to take a short break from our sponsor, but when we come back, don't go away. There's lots of fun stuff. Jen's going to talk about the hottest trends right now, new exciting brands she loves, and how Posh Puppy is still innovating with a new way for customers to shop at the airport. She's also going to talk about the most outrageous outfit or product she's ever sold. So refresh that beverage, get cozy, and we'll be right back.
Take a bite out of your competition. Advertise your business with an ad in Pet Life Radio podcasts and radio shows. There is no other pet-related media that is as large and reaches more pet parents and pet lovers than Pet Life Radio. With over 7 million monthly listeners, Pet Life Radio podcasts are available on all major podcast platforms, and our live radio stream goes out to over 250 million subscribers on iHeartRadio, Odyssey, TuneIn, Stitcher, and other streaming apps. For more information on how you can advertise on the #1 pet podcast and radio network, visit PetLifeRadio.com/advertise today.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back. If you've just joined, you're listening to Bark and Swagger on Pet Life Radio. I'm Jody Teich, your host, and we're here today with Jennifer Kirk, the founder of Posh Puppy Boutique. Jennifer, let's talk trends. What are you seeing as the most trending pet fashion products or pieces in 2023?
I would say things have changed to more practical items for animals. More people have pets anymore, especially during COVID. We saw such a huge increase in sales because everyone had dogs. They were home with them. But typically what we're seeing right now is practical items, jackets, sweaters. I would say the most popular that I keep seeing an increase are shoes, tennis shoes, or even hiking shoes, which sounds silly, but it makes sense because, we live in California and our area gets up to 110, 115 degrees sometimes. You can't walk your dog on concrete like that.
Yeah.
And the dogs need to go for walks. So you put some tennis shoes on them and they can go and their feet aren't getting burnt. And then we have a lot of, we live in Northern California where there's a lot of hiking and Lake Tahoe. People are taking hikes. So they're getting the hiking shoes for their dogs so they don't get the paws scratched up. And then we also have large backpacks that we had a huge trend in that you can fit up to a husky in the back. I mean, they can go up to like 70 pounds.
Wow.
And they put them on their back. So they take them up walking, but the dogs get tired and they can put them in the backpack and carry them all the way back down.
You need a big guy for that 70-pound
Yeah,
dog.
I definitely couldn't do that. But so we're just seeing more practical items and things that, you can do more with your pet. Toy wise, I would say interactive toys. Some dogs are left home and they get bored. So we have a lot of interactive toys where you can hide treats in them and the dogs kind of spend time trying to, move around with their paws or their nose, just trying to get the treats. That's been a huge trend in the last 2 years.
Okay.
So I would say that's pretty much what we're seeing in the last, year.
Okay. What new brands do you think are especially exciting that you'd want to turn my listeners on to?
I would say our newest brand, we have, it's called Sassy Wolf. That is really pretty. The fabric, everything about it is great. Harnesses and leashes and collars. all practical items. But one of my favorites is Maggie and Company. She's actually one of our brand ambassadors. So her dogs model a lot of our outfits and clothing. She started her own line, which again is great fabrics and quality, harnesses, leashes. And then she started doing really cute and pretty necklaces that just add some bling to the dog without going crazy with the whole outfit. So even just having the harness on and then put the necklace on, it's just super cute. So those are probably my favorite, and with the new line that we have coming out, that we've had come out.
So Maddie and Company, and the other one?
Sassy Wolf, and it's Maggie, Maggie.
Maggie and Company, and Sassy Wolf?
Sassy Wolf, yeah. Wolf, like
Wolf.
Yeah.
Sassy Wolf. Very cute. Very cute. Okay. So everybody take note and check it out on Posh Puppy Boutique. So you recently decided to foray into a new area with a partner, putting a vending kiosk into, is it the Harry Reid Airport in Las Vegas?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. Why and what's available in there, and any plans for more around the country?
My husband and I travel quite a bit now. I have two of my daughters running our business, helping us run the business. So we're able to travel more. So we're in and out of airports quite a bit. And we've just noticed in the last couple of years, the trend of vending machines popping up everywhere. And, no one has to be there to man them and take care of them. And my husband actually came up with the idea. He's like, we need a dog machine. Because we see so many people travel with their pets, and just, easy, practical things. You're traveling with your pet, or even if you're going somewhere and you want to get a gift for someone who has a pet. So he came up with the idea of the vending machine. We reached out to the company that manufactures them and partnered up with someone, and they represent about 30 airports. So we did our test market in the Las Vegas airport. February 1, we launched the machine, and we've had to restock it 6 times in a month. It's completely gone crazy. So now we're looking at other locations to get it out there. It's been a huge hit. Better than we had expected. We really didn't know what to expect, but it's all practical items, wipes and treats and just small toys, stuff like that.
Makes so much sense. You rush out of the house with your pet, you forget something, you're on the way to the airport and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot his favorite treat, or I forgot treats, or I forgot wipes, or whatever it is. So it makes a lot of sense. It's easy and it's right there. So that's wonderful. That's really exciting. Let's talk about outrageous. And you were talking about Beverly Hills Chihuahua earlier, outrageous outfits, outrageous products, outrageous things. That movie certainly showcased some of that. What's the most outrageous outfit or product you ever sold?
We've sold gowns and tuxedos that are in the thousands of dollars that we've custom made for clients that have, breathtaking. These are all one of a kind things. We have some amazing designers that custom everything for you, what your needs are, colors, etc. But I would have to say the most extravagant item that we ever sold was, we have a Swarovski crystal diamond bathtub on our website. It's $12,000.
Wow.
It's gorgeous. And it's all hand. I can't remember how many hours. It's something like 200 something hours just to put all these crystals on. We had a prince in Dubai by 3 of them in 3 different colors.
Oh my God.
So it was quite interesting. So the designer actually lives in Southern California. She made the 3 tubs for me, and she drove them up just because of the delicate item. And it's about a 6-hour drive. She drove them up to me. We got them all, and then I had to take them and try and get them packaged up. But they were the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. So we sent those over to them. And it's the size of a baby bathtub. And what's funny is Beyonce actually has one for her baby. But the designer decided, well, I can make this into a dog tub too. So it can be for dogs or for babies.
So the same designer that designed the baby tub that Beyonce bought designed the doggy tubs that your client bought.
Correct.
Ah, wow.
Yeah.
Well, anybody with $12,000 of disposable income who loves your baby and loves bling, you know what you can do with it now.
Yeah. We can match any color you want.
Absolutely. Wow. That's amazing. So Jen, is there anything else that you'd like to share with my listeners that we haven't covered? Stuff you're doing, anything coming up?
Well, I always like to let people know that, there's a lot of websites out there and companies you can shop with. Like you mentioned, we've been around since 2007, the beginning of e-commerce, really, online stores. We are woman-owned and operated. I have 38 employees, and we're based in the USA. I don't outsource anything. When you call us, you get someone on the phone. I keep everything as much as I can in the United States. All my staff is in the United States. So I just like people to know that, because some people don't like sending their money overseas, or they just want to know, who's getting this. It's not a big corporation. We're a small business, and it's woman-owned and operated.
Absolutely. And inspired by your children, your girls. Yeah. Where can people find you?
You can find us on our website at poshpuppyboutique.com, or you can find us on Instagram at poshpuppy.
Wonderful. Jen, thank you so much. It was a pleasure
for having you
on. Absolutely. And thank you all for listening. Thanks to our producer, Mark Winter. Mark makes us sound so good, and we love him for it. My passion is living stylishly, animal rescue, and more. So tune in next time to discover the designers, home decor, and rescue stories I love. So until next time, when fierce fashion calls, bark and swagger.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.